morning everybody. So, I hope you're all coping well. Myself, a bit tired from the decorating, a little bit of emotional shifting. When you're decorating, you're shifting energy and you're bringing up stuff that no longer serves you, and of course it needs to be released. And yesterday I noticed, not just for myself, but a lot of people I know, talk to, the emotions were beginning to get a bit pent up. And when we store them, I notice I start to get a bit thick around my belly, storing those emotions. They start to overload, they become too much to deal with. So this morning I wanted to, on my special soft Sunday, I wanted to do the lion breath. And the lion breath is one of the funniest breathing techniques I know. But it's so releases and lets go of anything that no longer serves you. So I'll talk you through it if you've not done the lion breath before. And what we do is we intend for anything that no longer serves us, any negative emotions that we're feeling, anything that feels heavy in our body, anything that's stagnant, that's not moving freely, we ask to release out on the exhale. Now we either roar or we just take a it is a funny one. So it tends to make me giggle a little bit, which is good because this releases any tension from the diaphragm too, which then allows this energy to move a little bit more freely. So just take a minute, as always, to come into yourself. It's always a journey into the self, from the self to the self. So just take a moment to come down onto your mat and just really find the breath, the tip of the nose all the way down to the low belly. And just be present with yourself and notice where you're up to. How has this week presented itself for you? Have you got the cabin fever? Is it beginning to build up too much for you? Overwhelm? Things getting a little bit too out of control for yourself? Feel that breath right from the tip. Inhale right down to the low belly and exhale back out. Don't worry if you can't feel it down in the low belly, but try and let the belly relax on the inhale and contract in on the exhale, so that we're allowing the diaphragm just to move a little bit more. And just take a moment to center the mind and focus. Let go of anything in your week. Release out anything that is feeling heavy, and set your intention to use the lion breath to release anything that isn't serving you, anything that feels redundant, that feels heavy, that isn't helping you cope in today's situations. And just take that time as we're coming into the breath, into our center, inside of ourselves. Doesn't matter what's happening on the outside. Just be aware. And awareness is key to everything we do with the yoga journey, with any healing journey. Awareness of where we're up to, what's going on for us in the mental chatter, in the emotional body, in the physical body. Do you feel these tensions in the physicality as your body starts to contract in and get smaller? We want to be expansive. We want the breath to be expansive. Breath is spirit, and that's the spirit of who you are. So we want this life force to be expansive within you and without you. So everything that's balanced between the inner and outer worlds, and the above and the below worlds. And just allowing. I felt the hay fever has been very strong. I don't normally suffer, but when I walk out in the woods, my eyes and nose stream. Whether that's because we've got less pollution, car pollution, human pollution going around, I don't know, but very strong sense of irritations this year. So this is just accepting where we're up to, allowing ourselves to be more present rather than hanging on to old ideals, old ways of doing things. Alright, so let's just come back into the room, and I want you just to start to use the eyes, looking up to the ceiling with your eyeballs. And just take a moment. How do the eyes feel? The eyes get strained too. We use a lot of technology and get eye strain. Take the eyes down to the cheeks. So look down to the cheeks. Try and keep the head still. Look down to the cheeks. How does that feel? Probably quite easy to look down. We tend to look down a lot. And just let that breathe. And then look to your right side. So this is stuff we're putting out into our world on the right side if you're right-handed. How does that feel? Are you able to look where your path is taking you? And look to the left side. How does that feel? This is stuff we receive in, information, energy we receive in. So what are you receiving in? Are you able to be receptive? Are you able to listen to yourself or listen to others? See and yourself and others. And then just bring the eyes back to center. Rub the palms, generate a bit of heat, and just rest the palms over the eyeballs. It's really soothing. It's a nice technique just to get the eye strain, the eyeballs to relax. And then release those. And we're going to draw, oh sorry, I didn't take it up on the diagonal. Take it up onto the right diagonal. And take it down on the left diagonal. I feel really tired. A bit sluggish yesterday. I didn't get much done that I wanted to yesterday, but that's okay. Up to the left diagonal. And down to the right diagonal. And just notice those diagonals as well. How they feel on the eyes. Bring the eyes back to the center. Just defocus a little bit. I can't see anything with my glasses on. And then just take a few circles, trying to visit each corner and noticing for yourself where the eyes feel stiff. Go circles both directions. You can do this with eyes closed if you don't like it with eyes open. Oh, that's nice. Makes you feel a bit dizzy, so be careful. Just let the eyes rest, close the eyes, or place the palms back over the eyes. Just let them soothe. Let go. The R sound is resonant to the heart space, the heart center. And then release. And then we're going to do a figure 8. This is the eternal figure. So just allowing figure 8s. Oh, try and change directions. That's tricky when you're in flow. And then just allow that a little bit of movement. Ooh, makes you feel dizzy again. Just let the eyes soften, rest. Hands over the eyes again, soothe. Take away the strain. What are we trying to see? Let it be a little bit easier. And just move the head side to side a little bit. Need to free up the throat for lion breath. So just release out a little bit of the neck. My shoulders are still decorated shoulders, still a bit stiff. So just releasing that out. Few nose, side to side, and a few yeses up and down, and a few ear to shoulders. And then we're going to just move the tongue around the teeth. And if you've got something stuck in your teeth, just move it around a bit juicy. And just start to open the mouth a little bit. Just open. And then we're going to start to include the tongue, stick the tongue out. And the eyes start to go upward. And then make sure you don't dribble on yourself. Just a few deep breaths, because if you're going to actually roar, you want to warm up the vocal cords. So just take a few. And I'll just explain while I'm doing a few of those. When we come forward into the lion breath, we go from cat-cow position. So we go to child pose, we come forward to cow position. We stick the tongue out, we look up to the third eye, and we either or we actually roar if you want to. And that can be quite cathartic, so it can be quite cool to allow that sound to come out. But don't worry, I always notice if the cat's around, he's not around today, if the cat's around, he's all a bit like, whoa, what are you doing, woman? So just bring yourself back into center again, and just allow a moment to Feel the breath. Oh, I have a hole in my leggings. Whoopsie. Just give yourself a cosmic egg. Take a moment to just hug. Breathe into the back of the body. So as we take cosmic breath, we feel this expansion into the back of the body. And just allow that to breathe. Couple of rounds. Okay, too comfy. So, cat-cow position, just move a little bit into the body, just get a little bit of movement going on. Clear the throat off a little bit, shoulders, neck, anything that feels a little sticky, tight. Move this forward and back a little bit. Move it through the cow position, side to side movements, just getting a little bit of space into the body. Ready for the lion breath. So we want to just free everything up. I'll do one facing forward, but it might look a bit strange, but it's fine. Just take the standing child pose. We'll just do a few rounds. Find the breath down here. Just take about 2 or 3 deep belly breaths. And then we prepare, we come forward. Deep inhale comes forward through the cat. And then the exhale, we take the tongue out, the big roar, eyes up to the ceiling. When you're ready, deep exhale. And just rest it back down. Allow this to settle. I'll just do a side view for you. Allow this to settle. Don't forget, you don't have to roar. Just let that intention release anything that's too heavy. Next inhale, come forward, cat position. When you're ready, take out your lion breath. Let it rest. Settle down. Let the breath just become to natural rhythm. And then we'll do one more. Prepare. Last round. Inhale into the cat. Ready for your lion breath. And just let it settle down. Do a few breaths just to release. How did that make you feel? Let's just bring that back into a little cat-cow position just to release anything that's come to the surface that needs releasing. Into cobra or sphinx. Couple of little movements. You don't have to stay still. This needs to release. Just let it move. A little bit of side to side. My back feels a bit sticky today. I'm going to take that into a few little circles. Just to let go. And just neck releases. Just let that hang out a little bit. And just bring that into crocodile breath, a softer version. Just to let that settle down to the belly. And you can rest on your tummy or roll onto your back just for a little longer, however long you need to. Let that settle. It's always important that we let any breath work settle, that we come back. If we've got into parasympathetic nervous system and we're a little bit on edge, we need to bring that down into parasympathetic nervous system, so let that soften and let it come down into the rest and digest. So you rest that as long as you need to. You can do more rounds if you want to. Just a little window into the lion breath. It's good fun. Your neighbours might not think so. So enjoy the lion breath, everybody. Have a lovely Sunday. Thank you so much for joining me. Take care out there. Blessings to you all. And don't let any emotions stay pent up in any area of your body, but especially I feel it down in the belly. So blessings to you all, and thank you, thank you, thank you. Any questions, let me know.